how is everyone doing? This is Jim here, and today's video is going to be a little bit, special. I got my new mic, I got my new setup, so I hope you can hear me perfectly. And today I'm doing a video on basically how I'll make a stable profit in today's, rising market before the Fed cuts the rates and everything goes ballistic. So for the past month, I've been diving into how to provide liquidity and how to create impermanent gains and not impermanent loss, also called capital gains. And it's been a month. I used over 6 protocols, and I can safely say that I'm basically making $1,000 a day, guys, on a $180,000 investment. So today I'm going to show you my monthly results. It's been exactly a month for over 7 pools. I have one open still, which is the USDC Black. And that's only because it's a farm. It's not a liquidity position that you need to check the range or set the range, which means it's a full range position with 300% APR, because the black hole protocol, it's not the black hole protocol actually, it's the black hole DEX, because the black hole protocol is a completely different coin, so be careful. So the black hole DEX, which is a liquidity hub, is actually created by Alex Becker, which is one of the biggest crypto YouTubers. The graph looks kind of shit, not gonna lie, but I expect in the upcoming 3 months for the black hole coin to go at least 200%, which is why I actually have this position open and I'm not closing, with capital gains, and I have the auto harvest active, as you can see. So the auto harvest takes all the profits above $50 automatically into my wallet in the black token. So I'm farming $300 a day in black, which if it goes 200%, I'm basically making $1,000 a day on the black token. Yeah, but this is a high risk, high reward position, because black, as you can see here, let me show it to you. Black went 60% down, or 70% down in the 2 months that it has been active, and I entered the position right here at this level, because based on the Ichimoku cloud, trading analysis, we are getting into a reversal right here, as you can see, and we are below, the average moving, the moving average, which has been, going down, and now we are actually at bottom out, basically, with the launch price. So I said, yeah, let's go in with 35K. I'm up 2,000 right now. If it goes, down 17%, I don't give a fuck. I'm expecting it to go from here to about here in the upcoming 2 months. So let's say here, 323%, which already happened to another influencer coin. They basically farmed the shit out of it, and then it pumped 200 to 300% by the end of the year, yeah, till November. So what I'm banking on is basically this is actually the vfed.io platform. If you want to check it out, I will leave the link in the description. It automatically compounds and harvests, the liquidity. So this could be $100,000 position, and also getting the rewards. If you don't, if you don't want to farm as much APR, you can also go into wrapped avax to black. I was in that position early on, 2 weeks ago, but I already sold at the top at like 28 USD, which made me $3,000 in capital gains, yeah, plus the rewards. So at the moment, my only position that's currently open is this one, because all the other ones, as you can see here, they own Sui especially, has been sold out. I sold this range right here because we are above the Ichimoku Kijinsen level, and this range was basically at the top. So I also sold for $4,000 capital gains plus $2,000 at 2 weeks rewards. The other position I had was Hype. also sold for capital gains, but of course automatically because the range was hit. So that was $5,000. And then we have Arbitrum, which also sold because it's above the Kijun-sen level as well. And I expect it to drop a little bit and then go to 0.6. So overall, when we take into consideration how much I invested and the daily profit plus capital gains, I am making about $1,000 a day, which is kind of crazy. This is, these are positions that you basically enter at the support level. You set a little bit of leeway to the bottom side of about, I think I went with about 10%. Yep, exactly 10%. And then the capital gains to 21 or 30%, and you manually sell at 20%, which means the distributed coin is not sold at the rate, to be sold out at your level. You actually leave it a little bit of a range, so you can sell the coins at the level yourself manually, and you make more profits, more capital gains. How you basically decide on if you want to sell the position or leave it in the range is you calculate the profits you are making at the moment, so 10% for example, and if the capital gains, which were around 2,500 at the time I sold this position, if the capital gains are making sense and you think it's going to drop in, for example, 5 days or 7 days to the level you will buy again, you sell it. Now, if you think it has a bigger potential to go higher, you don't sell it. Or if you think it's going to go higher for example, 30 days, then you would be losing money. So $2,500 to $3,000 gain is a 30-day fee, because you are making $100 a day on this position alone. So it would take 30 days to generate $3,000. So if you think it's going to pump and dump, it's better to lock in the profits and buy lower. Yeah. So that's how I decide if I take the capital gains or if I leave them on the table. So if this position would be making $1,000 a day and the capital gains would be $3,000, I wouldn't touch it at all. I would leave it for 3 days to generate $3,000 in the range, and I wouldn't sell it. That would, it wouldn't make any sense. So what platforms I'm using actually? So for SUI, I'm using Turbos Finance. At this moment, I have no positions. I closed all positions yesterday because of the 15% jump. So this was my position for SUI, Turbos Finance, turbos.finance. I will leave all the links in the description below because I almost got scammed on a phishing platform. So be very careful. If you're approving any contracts, they can, drain all your wallet. So use the links below. Then I used BFI, but I stopped using BFI. So I'm closing that tab. Or basically, it just doesn't make sense to auto rebalance any ranges because you're locking in impermanent loss, and I don't like that. I like to have my profits, the profits displayed, so I can withdraw them and move them into a treasury profit wallet. And then at the end of each month, I distribute, I basically increase my holdings, the blue chip treasury, Moonback, by a percentage of what I made in fees. So if I make $30,000 in fees per month, then I'm going to basically distribute $15,000 into blue chip holdings. That's the Moonback, So that's basically how I do it. It's called, I think the DeFi community calls it a DeFi flywheel, if I'm not mistaken. So you basically get a liquidity cash flow, move it into treasury, distribute half of the 70% of what you make into blue chip holdings. If the market is down, of course, I'm not buying, tops. I'm buying the dips. Okay, that's a very important thing. You have a range, and I'm buying here, not here. Yeah, never buy at a resistance. Always wait for the 30% pullback. So yeah, 70%. You use for blue chip buybacks and 30% you use it for your real life stuff, your real life income. So this video is basically about liquidity positions because I'm moving more and more of my income into liquidity because it averages, my basically buy prices on the tokens I want to hold for 3, 4, or 6 months even. And this strategy made me over $500,000. So I'm using 25% of that, actively doing liquidity ranges, and the rest I'm using in more riskier positions, or providing lending and borrowing it on Aave and Solend. So that's basically my full-time income, or over my full-time income, which is a big at this moment. And I wanted to show you this side of my DeFi portfolio, so you don't think I'm a degen and just sniping and sniping and sniping. I have 25% of my portfolio in liquidity positions. I have 25% in MEV sandwiching, which made me over 280% in the last 2 months. Complete craziness, especially now with the buy inflows. It's a crazy percentage. And then we have 25% in lending and borrowing, and 25% parked in stablecoins. If we dip 50%, if there is a black swan event, I want to have capital on my hand. So I'm using 25% in stables at all times. Yeah. This is not counting the 70% distribution into blue chip holdings. Yeah, my active capital is invested into percentages to manage risk management and money management. And then the 70% of the fees is going into blue chip long-term holdings. And we are talking year, 2 years, or 3 years of holdings. Yeah. So I'm going to list all the protocols I use in the description below. And I wanted to show you that for 37,000 or like 35,000 depositors, you can make over $10,000 a month, like easily. And this is a farm, guys. That means I didn't set a range. It's a full range farm. This APR didn't change for 1 day. It stayed like this for 2 months already. So if the position of the coin goes to 0, I'm actually losing only half of my money, because it's a full range USDC black distribution. Yeah. So I just wanted to let you know that. And do this kind of a special video, because I want to do a series on how I'm managing liquidity, and I'm actually moving to a new platform that got launched like 3 months ago, and it's making even more percentage and distributing. I think they're using machine learning, or they have like a team of analysts, because that shit is amazing. Like, it's incredible how much more APR they are making, and actually moving it into APY, because they are compounding using the pool of users to compound it at once. So that's amazing. That's actually very good. I like my fixed ranges, but these guys are doing it really good. So I might, move 50% of all the positions to them. I will do a video when I am 100% certain. I will check the tokens, I will check the contract, and then, do a video about it. Yeah. So this is a video about liquidity. I will wait for any questions below. Please let me know anything you want to know, anything you want to know about liquidity positions, about my risk management. If you want me to do a diagram, I can do a second video on how exactly in percentages I distribute my money to reinvest it and live off of it. So let me know about that. And the next video I'm going to do is actually on the new, I think it's DeFi X Sniper, which is V8. That uses gRPC instant sniping with 50% guaranteed profit, some craziness like that. So I'm gonna do a next video in 2 to 3 days, so stay tuned for that. And then I'm gonna do an update on my MEV sandwiching, which is going to blow your mind on how much it's making. I completely moved to CryptoBot, MEV bot, and hyperliquid bot, and like in the DeFi sandwiching terms, I'm using the DeFi X MEV sandwich because I got it for free, and it's making very good returns, but not as good as the CryptoBots.tech returns. And the hyperliquid bot is about 5% of my leveraged positions, and it's making 40% a month, which is some craziness as well. I don't know why I'm so lucky on getting the right bot. Maybe it's because I got scammed so much, God just descended and gave me the right decisions and the right bots to work with. But I'm really, really happy and blessed. In the 15 minutes that we've been talking here, I made $5 by the way. So this is absolute craziness. Yeah, this is this is vfed.io. I will put the platform in the description below. And this is the first video in the series, in the liquidity series, that I want to do. because markets are kind of crazy right now and they are indecisive. So the leverage positions get liquidated short and long. So the best time to go into liquidity is in a dip right now, basically. So that's why I wanted to do a video right now. So I'm very thankful that you guys are subscribed and watching my videos. Let me know anything in the comments below. And have a great day, guys, and cheers.